Hello, everybody. So, in this lesson in the mindset module, we're going over the most destructive mindset and how you're going to fix it. So, what we're covering is first off, I'm going to make you aware of a common destructive mindset, which I can almost guarantee that you do have because I'd say over 90% of the population do this. And then we'll go into the problems with this mindset and then how to easily change this mindset. So, first off, this is the mindset. It's not my fault. Someone else did it. Something else caused this bad thing to happen. And it's very common, especially amongst people who aren't doing very well at things. Because let's face it, it's much easier to look at a bad outcome that's affected us and think it's someone else's fault or something else caused this. Because it's a much tougher pill to swallow when you say it's my fault. I could have done this. And I mean, sometimes it's kind of true. Sometimes it is almost totally out of your hands and it isn't your fault. But just bear with me with this. So the problem with this mindset is, imagine this really bad thing has happened to you and you say, oh, well, it's this person's fault. Well, what have you done there? Well, you've basically just taken all the power away from you. You're essentially saying that there is nothing you could have done to change that outcome, and that was going to happen no matter what. Now, do you see how disempowering that is? You're essentially just saying that life is controlling you, and it's a really slippery slope. Now, I've spent a lot of time with people who are high achievers. When I went to medical school, everyone there was getting straight A's, A stars, GCSE and A levels, and a lot of them, you have to be quite well-rounded to go into medicine. A lot of them are doing sports at quite a high level. And a common thing amongst them is that the overwhelming majority of people don't blame other things. They're very self-critical. And they're always looking at what they've done. And that is the kind of road I want you guys to go down. So these are some common thoughts that you or people have. So I didn't get good exam results because I have a rubbish teacher. You see, they're just putting everything onto the teacher, and no matter what they could have done, they're gonna get bad results. I'm not in the starting team because the coach doesn't like me. Well, okay, so you're saying the coach doesn't like you, but do you think if you trained even harder and you were way better than everyone, that he had no choice but to put you on, otherwise you look like an idiot in front of all your teammates and their parents? And I don't have time to work because I have to blank. These are all things where you're putting blame on something else. So what I want you to do is adjust your mindset and don't take it to heart, but start blaming everything on yourself. Literally anything that happens which you don't like that's affecting you, blame it on yourself. So remember I said that affects you. So just don't start blaming yourself on tsunamis or hurricanes, whatever. Anything that affects you, blame it on yourself. And think what you could do to improve the outcome in the future. And if you can do this, there's a snowball effect again. Because if you think of how you could improve that situation so that outcome doesn't happen again, then you're in a new situation with new bad outcomes that you would never even have experienced if you hadn't got there. And then you look at how you could improve that outcome. And it just snowballs out of control and gets to a point where you're at a place where you never thought you could be. So, I mean, I've just done some examples of your adjusted mindset. So here, I didn't get good exam results because I failed to see that I wasn't learning anything from the teacher. And I didn't take it upon myself to learn the content. Do you see how we've taken the blame off the teacher and put it on ourselves? And then next one, I'm not in the starting team because I have not proven myself. If I prove that I'm better than everyone else, then the coach has no choice but to start me. Otherwise, I'll look like an idiot in front of everyone. And finally, I didn't make time for work because, and next time I will, blank. You see how that's different from saying, I don't have time to work? I didn't make time for work. You're putting the blame on yourself instead of something or someone else. And this is what I want you to get good at. So the power of this mindset is you start taking control of all aspects of your life. you are the one that controls your outcomes. Because it's your own fault, you're the one that controls the positive outcomes and the negative outcomes. And your actions will determine whether you're going to get positive outcomes or negative outcomes. And it's really, really powerful once you start using it. You're continually seeking improvement. So you get a bad outcome and you look at how you could have improved. Instead of just saying, oh, it's someone else's fault, and that's that. And next time, guess what? Same thing happens again because you haven't improved and you haven't looked at yourself critically. And finally, you're not relying on anything or anyone to achieve your dreams. And this isn't supposed to sound all cold and be like, oh, you can't trust anyone. It's more like, you're going to be on this planet for a long time, hopefully. And your dreams, hopefully you're going to keep your dreams for forever. And some people live life with no goals or ambitions or dreams. And it's not a way to live, man. So really just, if you want to achieve dreams and things, you've got to put it on yourself. Like, no one else is going to do it for you. You've got to put in the work. And so that is the power of adjusting your mindset. So what I want you to do now is just a quick exercise where write down 3 times something hasn't gone to plan and you've blamed it on someone or something else. And don't tell me that you haven't got it 3 times. Like, I can even think of 3 times. I haven't perfected this, but I'm continually trying to improve. So think of the 3 times where you've blamed a bad outcome on someone else, and then rephrase it so that you put the blame on yourself and you can improve in the future. And then in the future, I want you to spot yourself when you're blaming things on someone else and then rephrase it until it's just natural for you and you just do it without even thinking. A good example is I'm playing local league football at the moment, and I haven't played it for years. It's probably been about 8 years now, and I'm really unfit, and obviously, and again, going off on a tangent, thing I've noticed, which I hadn't really thought about before, but everyone blames the ref for everything. We lose the game. Oh, the ref was rubbish. Well, actually, if we were that much better, we would have won no matter what the ref's decisions were, because we would have scored more goals. You see, even if the ref makes a bad decision, they give a penalty away, that's 1 goal. Well, if we're a good team, we would have come back. Or, you see, this is what I mean. You've got to put the blame on yourself. Stop just shoving it onto someone else, because it's not constructive at all. What are we going to do when there's a bad ref again? We're just going to lose again? Or are we going to do something different? So that is the mindset lesson of the day. I really, really want you to focus on just starting to take some responsibility and starting to put things on yourself and seeing how you can improve. So until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.